What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk Hockey here, back with another video. Today we're going to be checking out the NHL Network's version of the top 20 wingers, and I'm going to be giving my opinions, my thoughts on it as well. Make sure to comment down below your opinion. Who's the best winger in the NHL? What's your top 20 if you want to post all that? But like I said, I looked through the list from last year and I looked through this year's list, and I'm going to go through and see, okay, who's on the list, who's not, who I think should be at the top, all that stuff like that. So let's get right into this video. Now, before I get started as well, I made the top 20 center video, which is on my channel, so make sure to go and check that out. And sorry for the noise in the background. My dog is moving around for some reason. She was just sleeping a second ago, and now she's going crazy, but she's a dog, what can I do? And of course, she started going crazy and barking right as I said that. So let's pull up the list from last year like I was going to do. So this was the 2018 top 20 NHL wingers. Sorry if the quality's off a little bit. There wasn't very good quality images or screen grabs from last year that I could find, so I had to do that myself. But at the top, we've seen Nikita Kucherov, followed by Alexander Ovechkin. Of course, Ovechkin up there because he just scores goals. One of the best goal scorers of all time, if not the best goal scorer of all time. You can make that decision yourself. Taylor Hall, who had an absolutely fantastic season prior to this list. Of course, this was the 2018 one. Then we had Patrick Kane in there, Brad Marchand, Patrick Laine, who was lighting the lamp, scoring a bunch of goals. You guys see a lot of really big names on this list. We had Rickard Rakell down there towards the bottom, Jiga Voracek. Now, if we're going to compare it to this year's list, now I'm just going to pull up this year's list and we're going to make some comparisons here. So at the top right away, I think it is self-explanatory that Nikita Kucherov deserves to be up there. Kucherov, again, had an absolutely fantastic season. I'm a big fan of Kucherov. He had 128 points last year. Just genius. The guy is absolutely a genius with the puck. Then getting into the top of the list, the top three still, we've got Patrick Kane moving up from number 4 to number 2. So overlapping the number 3 person, Alexander Ovechkin. Now he moves from number 2 to number 3. Not a huge jump there, but with Patrick Kane, though, he's obviously another guy that just can fill the score sheet. 110 points last season for him. And if we're getting to Ovechkin, he had 51 goals, he had 89 points, so that goal scoring keeps him towards the top, which makes a lot of sense to me. Now, Brad Marchand is a guy that, as a Leaf fan, I'm guessing I'm supposed to hate, but he's a fantastic hockey player. Followed by Mitch Marner, the first Leaf on the list that, you know, Mitch Marner's camp would probably say that he's number 1. Guys, I'm joking. I'm not trying to be that type of guy in this video, but Mitch Marner, I think, deserves to be in the top 7 to top 5, I guess. I think a lot of people may disagree with where Marner's positioned because, if I'm being honest with you, I think Leon Draisaitl does deserve to be in that top 5. Draisaitl was absolutely amazing last season. He knows how to put up points. He had 105 points last year in a full 82-game season, and Marner, the same thing, had 82 games played but had 94 points. So I understand the two-way game, and Draisaitl can play two positions as well, but you know, I kind of feel like maybe Draisaitl should be ahead of him, and that's, you know, not just point-based. But I really do believe he should be above him on this list. And hell, I'd even argue that Brad Marchand and Leon Draisaitl could be both battling for that number 4 spot. You know, we have Johnny Gaudreau on this list, Artemi Panarin, a guy who's going to just be lights out for the Rangers this year. I think that was a very, very solid addition for them. Mikko Rantanen at number 9 on this list. He just showed everybody why he needed to be bumped up last season at number 17 on this list. David Pastrnak, a guy who was number 14, is now in the top 10. Another guy that I feel like he could probably move into the top 5 with another good season this year. And again, you might disagree with me, but Pastrnak is a fantastic hockey player with an elite shot. The guy is just dangerous out there. Blake Wheeler, another really good player for the Jets, a leader on and off the ice. I think that he's in a good spot. Like, this top 20 wings list is actually pretty accurate, if you ask me. Another big jump was Claude Giroux going from number 7 to number 12 on this list, but with another good season, he can bump himself back up. But the NHL has a lot of really good wingers. We've got Mark Stone on this list. Well-deserved. He should be on this list. The guy is going to be really, really good this year for Vegas. Vladimir Tarasenko bumped from number 11 to number 14. Still there in the top 15. Really good. Taylor Hall with the obvious biggest jump going from number 3 to number 15. Makes a lot of sense, but at the same time, he's another guy that could bounce back into that top 10. There's a lot of really good players here. Huberdeau, he's a fantastic hockey player. I've said that so many times in this video for other players, but it's true. This list is elite. Matthew Tkachuk is making his debut on this list. Definitely deserving. He's going to probably have another really good season this year. Gabriel Landeskog definitely deserves to be there. Patrick Laine with a pretty huge jump from number 6 all the way to number 19. And we've got Phil Kessel going from number 13 to number 20, filling out the list. Now, like I said, Laine too in this list. Before I get off of Laine, it's because of his point drop. I think he dropped like 20 points. Basically, he didn't score as much as he wanted to this year. He had a couple rough stretches, but I'm sure if he gets back up to that 40 goal range, I think he'll hit 50 goals this year. I actually think he has a chance to hit 60 with the right people playing with him, feeding him the puck, which Winnipeg has a lot of depth, but they need to do some more contract signings, including Laine. But this is a pretty solid list, I got to admit. I'm not, against the list. I think that this is pretty good. Laine can bump himself up. I think Taylor Hall could as well. Mark Stone with a really good season. Claude Giroux. Pastrnak, I really think, can really make a jump into that top 5. Patrick Kane, I feel like after this year is going to fall out a little bit, but not by a ton. I mean, any one of these guys is deserving in that top 10. In the top 20, any of these guys can explode and have a fantastic season. Look at the jump. Taylor Hall, he went back from number 3 all the way to 15. Like I said, same thing with Laine. He went back from number 6 all the way to 19. So, as you can see, this list is honestly pretty good. There's a lot of fantastic players on this list with the potential of new stars to join the list. We'll have to see, but I would definitely agree with this list. I would probably give Draisaitl a little bit more credit. Johnny Gaudreau, with another good season, could maybe move up to the number 6 or 5 spot, but I honestly think he can move down with the amount of talent that's behind him in Rantanen and Pastrnak and Panarin, and that's no knock against Gaudreau. This is just a very good list. So, like I said, Marner could move down, maybe Draisaitl could move up to that number 5, and Pastrnak with a great year. I think he's a guy that will make the biggest jump. Who's the guy that you think will make the biggest jump and the biggest fallback? I'm going to go with the biggest jump as Pastrnak. The biggest fallback, this is no disrespect, but Johnny Gaudreau, I think that he can move into the 12 to 14 spot, where I think Pastrnak can go from number 10 into the top 5. So let me know what you guys think. Are there new wingers that are going to join this list soon? This is my general thoughts on the list. And I always put this out there just for a fun conversation piece. It's August. We got a lot of stuff to talk about before the season coming up, with season previews probably for every team or just by division. I'm thinking about doing that. So if you're new, make sure to subscribe. I'd love to have more hockey conversations with you. Join the squad. Let's get to 7,000 subscribers, and I'll see you in the next video or stream. Peace.